Good morning. It is 7:54 a.m. on Saturday, April 25th, 2020. I'm Christiana Ellis, and I just got up, and that's Rocket, and this is 5 more minutes. Buddy, once again, I mean, you have no way to verify this, but once again, this is a situation where he was perfectly contented and quiet and doing his own thing right up until I started talking. Buddy, do you want to get up here on camera? Wow. Hey, buddy. Oh. So, yesterday I watched a bunch of the most recent season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which had been languishing on my DVR since spring of last year. And I finally kind of got around to it because I knew that the last season, the final season is coming up. And I wanted to finally catch up and all of that. But one of the things that was striking about it, other than just remembering, oh yeah, I like this show, was that watching all the TV commercials was a little bit like, oh, careful, buddy. Watching all the commercials was a little bit like a peek into another dimension. And let me explain what I mean by that. First of all, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is on ABC, which is a channel that I really don't hardly ever watch. It's I can't think of a single other show that I watch on ABC. So generally speaking, I'm unfamiliar with a lot of their other stuff. But it's also from last year, which is a time gap. But then it's also from, of course, before our current situation where all the TV commercials are all about, we're all taking care of each other in this time, and we just want you to know as a branded property that we're still wanting you to give us money. And, not that I think those places shouldn't do those kinds of commercials. I'm just saying. But I'm watching these commercials, and I keep seeing these commercials for, like, buddy, come on. I'm trying to talk to the people. I'm trying to talk to the people, little boy. So I'm just seeing all these commercials for, like, live events and new and upcoming TV shows and all of that sort of thing. Rocket, what are you even barking at right now? Oh, I see. Go over there. Alright. New TV shows and, news events and all of those sorts of things that I know happened a year ago, which meant, before COVID-19, obviously, before impeachment, just a lot going on, and it's, I don't know. I feel like was sufficiently distracted by Rocket that I forgot a lot of the stuff that I was planning to say about that. I guess it just felt a little bit strange, because some of the stuff that was being promoted, like, I would absolutely believe that I could see that same commercial right now. I didn't recognize any of the stuff that they're talking about. It might as well be brand new as far as I could tell. But knowing that it was actually from last year actually reminded me a little bit of Devs, which I talked about a little while ago, where, well, it's kind of a spoiler to talk about. I don't know. Okay, I'm all scattered this morning. Rocket had me a little scrambled from all of his barking, but yeah, it was just strange not only just watching a show that I hadn't seen in a while, but seeing all those commercials just from another world. I've got to imagine Because I think the key, though, is the uncanny valley of it, where it's not so removed that it's obvious I'm watching old commercials, right? Like, it's one thing if you're watching a bunch of commercials from the 80s or something, it's like, you know you're watching old commercials. But the ones from 2019 still feel fresh enough that it tricks my brain, and I have to remember that, like, oh yeah, that weird, extreme mini golf TV show that they're talking about. Like, if I had any interest in actually watching it, well, yeah, too bad, because that was actually a year ago, and I am sure that it's canceled. So, not that I actually really cared very much about that show. Anyway, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is good. I'll leave it there for right now. I'll talk to you all tomorrow for 5 more minutes, when, of course, I will be continuing my rewatch of Legend of Korra. And so, in the meantime, that's it.